This PowerPoint is on the reversal in predator-driven natural selection by Wrylee. The introduction to natural selection. The environment is constantly changing and species will always be able to adapt. In order to make sure species are adapting and not dying off, scientists conduct experiments in natural environments so they can study how evolutionary processes like natural selection work throughout time. In this article, the experiment studies the prediction that the introduction of a terrestrial predator would first select longer-legged lizards, which are faster. As the lizards shifted onto high twigs to avoid the predator, selection would reverse, favoring the shorter-legged lizards so that they better locomote there. The experiment in the article predicts that the reversal in the direction of natural selection on limb length in Anole sagrii, a Bahamian lizard, when a larger terrestrial predator lizard, Leocephalus carinatus, invades Anole sagrii, will become more arboreal. The direction of selection on limb length would change through time in the presence of Leocephalus carinatus. This is predicted because although longer legs are faster, shorter limbs are better suited for movement on the narrow and irregular surfaces. They would be able to avoid the terrestrial predator. The L. carinatus was introduced to 6 small Bahamian islands that naturally contained A. sagrii. There were 6 others for the control in the experiment. The number of L. carinatus were proportional to the number of A. sagrii, and each were measured and individually marked. All of these islands were exhaustively censused after 6 and 12 months to determine their survival. Their prediction was confirmed, stating that A. sagrii became increasingly arboreal where the use of ground remained unchanged. Differences in perch diameter between lizards on the experimental and control islands also increased throughout the time. Individual shifts in behavior rather than selection among individuals differentiating in habitat. The first 6 months, longer-legged lizards were more strongly favored on introduction islands than on the control islands. In the second 6 months, selection was reversed and more strongly favored all the shorter legs on the introduction island. There was also a great divergence in perch diameter during the second 6 months. The selection was changed over a very short time with only one generation. It first favored longer limbs, but then started to show for the shorter limbs. The behavioral shifts from the ground to higher perches of smaller diameter causes reversal in behavior and flexibility.